This is
the Handbag Husband.
the Handbag Husband. Yay! An extra yay for today. All right, so as promised, from our last Hermes unboxing, where we had talked about what we got from our trip to Asia and specifically at the boutique in Hong Kong, which was amazing, by the way. And we got this Lindy and a couple other things as well. This is part two. And this is where things get very serious very quickly, because we had a short boutique visit planned, maybe 20, 30 minutes like you do, but it turned into 4 hours. And it turned into 4 hours because each and every hour we stayed there and camped out, things got successively better to the point where we got offered one of the quota bags of our dream. Really got us so very, very close to bag nirvana. And we want to share that with you today. So today we're going to be talking about the quota bag that we got, the top tier, God level, just unbelievable bag that we got offered, and kind of why we said yes to it, how we said yes to it, the whole process, what was our spend, all that kind of fun stuff is going to be in there. Now, before we get to it though, if you like these videos, if you like the Hermes conversation, if you like the Hermes milieu, and if you like the Hermes capades international sometimes, don't forget to like and subscribe because it does really help the channel grow. And of course, we are so thankful for that.
Thank you.
But also because it means you get notified when our newest long videos come out, when our short videos come out, and all the stuff we got on the socials at the Handbag Husband on Instagram as well on YouTube. Check that out. We got new great Hermes content coming out every single week. All right, so let's talk about this life-changing experience. Oh, you know what? First, let's do a real quick update for Topanga, because while we were gallivanting around Asia, we also got...
No, it was actually yesterday.
Was it yesterday? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we got contacted by one of our
yesterday.
SAs from here in Topanga, and so just to recap, in Topanga, we are currently at or about 2-to-1 spend for a normal quota bag.
17.
Yeah, it's like 17,000, so close to 18,000. Yeah. So we're kind of right there for a normal quota bag. For something like a Constance, we are definitely at 2-to-1. And in fact, our SA reached out to us and said, hey, you know...
Quote unquote, I'm reading the text right now. I have a Constance mini in box letter, ... It's a box letter. And of course, thought of you.
Yeah.
With the exclamation mark.
She knows that we love box letter. Yeah. So one, I mean...
I guess I got excited for a little bit because it's a box letter.
Yeah.
I know
yeah.
It's so difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it's not popular.
But I checked it back. Black and gold hardware with a question mark. It's black, but it's a palladium.
Yeah, and it's also a mini, right?
And I sent back three cry emojis. So
we ended up turning that one down, primarily just because one is too small. We had that experience with the Kelly Mini that we saw the last time we were there.
It's not that, I mean, yeah.
It's too small, and we're big bag people.
No, my point is I have a mini Constant. I haven't even used it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah.
But I feel like if it were gold hardware, I will seriously considering it.
Yes, I think so too.
So yeah.
Yeah. And also, not to mention, you know, the bag that we're talking about today, we got. And
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I actually didn't come into the equation of how I make a decision.
Yeah.
It's just more of like, this is not gonna fit.
I think so. Also with the silver hardware, is that for me?
If it were Kelly box silver hardware, yes.
Okay.
No doubt. No question asked. Right. So yes, yeah.
All right, so that's the update, right? So
which is good sign. Which is
a good sign, right? I mean,
there's some calls.
She's thinking of us.
Yeah.
She's thinking of us, which we would hope.
This is actually the first bag we got offer. Like
real bag, other than the garden party.
Sure.
At one time.
But I was not even there. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good sign. It means that we're on the right path. We're on the path to
I don't know what path
nirvana at some point. But yeah, so I think it's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good sign. So that's just a quick update.
But again, this month, I think pretty much everything has been overshadowed by by the quota bag, really, because
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, and it brings up so many questions. We'll talk about the story first. So we had planned to go through Asia, as you may have all seen by now. If you have not, and this is the only video you're watching, check out our other Asia video. They are pretty awesome.
Yeah. We were in Hong Kong.
Yeah. And we did
but
Hermès
most of the time we were in Thailand. So
we did Hermès Kelly. So we went around to the Hermeses in multiple Asians, and we had many of the boutiques planned. And kind of as a last-ditch effort, right? On our way out of Asia, we were in Hong Kong for a day and a half or so, and we had planned a day, a very nice day, a very well-planned day. Yeah.
I have my clipboards. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like when we travel, I organize all the stuff. Clipboards. Okay, this is what time we go here, we go here, go here, go here, go here. And then we just cross a big cross. This is nothing's working.
But the thing is, we were not optimistic, right? I mean, Hong Kong is basically like a London, but in Asia.
I have said them multiple times, like, what do you expect? You keep asking me, I say, what's your expectation? I don't have an expectation. I just want to go and see and eat food. This is basically the whole Asia trip. That was my expectation, right?
Barbecue pork was so good.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, like I said, you know, Hong Kong is a top-tier city, is international city. You got people from all over the world coming in, also China, coming in to buy high-end everything.
High-end
everything.
It's not just that. It's high-end everything.
It's literally everything. So we had very low hopes. We thought, you know, it'd be cool just to show up and see and kind of get a feel for how everything is there. And we got up early to go to this one. In fact, we were the first people at this Hermes boutique, which was the landmark Prince Boutique, which is on the island of Hong Kong.
The Hong Kong side.
On the Hong Kong side.
Islands, yeah.
And we got there early just because we had so many more boutiques to go to, because they're all kind of within public transportational ability.
Range,
yeah. So we thought we'll just get there, get in, talk the essays, kind of feel everything out, and then bounce, right? We had other things to do. We got lunch planned. We got everything planned. All that got blown away. Everything got blown away. When the doors opened, we came in, and there was a gentleman behind us, and he ran. He was like, "Pew!" Right? He ran up the stairs into the leather department, and I think that I'm not saying that's suspicious behavior. I'm not saying it's suspicious.
Sure.
But whatever it was he was looking for, he showed up, he had interacted with the SA, and he disappeared. Right.
Like even before we
even talked to the SA. Yeah.
He already left.
Yeah. And the thing is that it's different. Stylistically, the modus operandi in Hong Kong is different than we normally experience, because usually you get assigned an SA and you talk to the SA and they're like, oh, what do you want? What are you looking for? And you go through all the rigmarole. Whereas in Hong Kong, they're playing zone defense. So just all the SAs are in their own little spaces. And once you come into their space, they won't interact with you unless you start to talk to them. So
at least that's our experience.
And I think that's why some people are like, oh, it's unfriendly, or they're not customer service answered in the comments. And I think that it's more of just situations that you have to kind of show up and then interact with them, and then they'll engage with you. And so I talked to an SA, we tried to pick the one that seemed like it would fit us best, I guess.
No, I think because he's the one who stood behind the counter of the litter department.
Yeah.
So in my head, okay, this is Bond
this
Street.
is the guy you want to talk to.
This is Bond Street. It was the exact same. I was like, okay, this guy. This is the guy who looks over the litter department.
And makes those leather decisions.
Yes.
And you know what?
He did.
So we sat down, we got a chance to talk to them. Since we were the first people in the door, we got to look at all the quota bags and non-quota bags that were on display, and they had so many quota bags in comparison to Bangkok, for sure.
Yes.
And obviously the big difference that we thought was almost shocking is that they said the display sign is just applicable to the bag that the display sign is in front of. So if it says display only, then it's display only. But if it doesn't say display only, it's up for grabs, right? And you were the first person here, right? So the first bag we looked at was a Constance to-go wallet, right? In alligator or maybe crocodile.
It's alligator.
And it was very nice. It was very good. And we didn't get it. And then this was the second one that we looked at. And yes, of course, we did get it.
Yes.
And then we got some knickknacks here and there.
Unboxing.
Check out that unboxing, right? Yeah. And then there's a point in every visit to Hermes where things start to wind down, right? There's, it's a warm down that's happening. There's paperwork getting done. There's people discussing kind of final.
Too tired, so tired.
I'm tired. He's tired.
Like running around,
And again, at this point, we're 3 hours in to this appointment.
It was about 3 hours in,
And we take one last stop at the jewelry department. And while we're sitting down, the jewelry department is on the other side of the women's leather department.
Yeah.
And so we had thought we had a really good survey of all the bags that are available.
Yeah.
And we say, hey, this is nice, but this one's display only, and you know, this one. And we had already gotten this one.
I guess I want to mention one thing. Before we sat down, before we looked at the ring, we were up there on the 3rd floor looking at the Cheval, the Cheval, whatever. Right? And then he was asking me. You say you didn't hear that.
No, I was out just touching things. Rubbing blankets.
He was asking me, what bag are you looking for?
Yeah.
And I didn't think much about it, but I was saying, okay, I'm looking for a big bag, Kelly 28, 32, 35, in exotic, if possible. And he was just kind of like smiling at me.
And this is also something we had talked about in our wish list. Anything specific from your list?
A Kelly.
Kelly what? What size? What material? What color?
I mean, my highest hope would be I get a Kelly exotic. That's my hope. But if not, I'll take any Kelly.
Yeah, 28. Definitely not in lizard, which is not available. Yeah, like previously in one of our last videos, you specifically like, oh, this is the kind of size.
No, you were asking me because we did a video about like what's gonna happen this year.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna get a bag.
Yeah.
A Kelly.
Yeah.
Probably in exotic.
Yeah.
Hopefully in exotic.
That's what you said.
That was what I said.
Yeah.
And I keep saying that. And then he was like, okay. And he keeps scrolling his phone. And I say to him, it's like, hey, like jokingly, it's like, hey, like don't play with me. You know, like don't play with my heart. Like,
you're pressing the buttons there. Yeah.
And he didn't say anything. He was smiling and just scrolling, right? And then we came down to the jewelry section.
Yeah, so we came down to the jewelry section and we ended up picking up a ring that we had been looking for, a band, and it's a nice band. And so we're sitting down and he's, again, kind of like doing his closing down stuff, and we see in the corner a Kelly, black on gold, in the glass case. And it's like on its own. It looked like a penalty box, right? Like it was off to the center. We had not seen it while we were there previously, and you wouldn't have seen it really.
No.
But it was like, oh, look at that one, right? It's just one of those movies you're like, oh, look at that. And we thought, you know what? I was like, why don't we just ask? Why don't we just see if we can see it, right? There's no way they're gonna offer it to us. Why don't we just see if we can see it? And you're like, no, like, I don't know. Should I? I don't know. Should I? It's like, just do it, man. Just do it.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, is it possible to see that bag over there? And he's like,
yeah, sure, you're already here. Let's take let's bring it on and try it on, right? So tried it on, and then he asked me, do you like the bag? I was like, yes, I like the bag. It's very pretty. Thank you so much for letting us try.
Yeah, we were just grateful to get a hands on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, and I was telling you, I was like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
He didn't hear this. I don't think I didn't hear it, but because this bag is one of my wish lists.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is it. It's almost like guaranteed. This is, if we get offer in the future, because I have it on my wish list.
Yeah.
Then
like your internal personal wish list.
Yeah. No. I have a wish list.
Oh.
An actual wish list. This bag's on my actual wish list.
Yeah.
So I know like that's kind of
check. It's already pre-approved.
Yes. So,
yeah.
So I'm glad I tried it on, and I know like this worked, right? Yeah. Okay.
So you know, we get a chance to get hands on it, and this is a moment where we see like other people like wheeling and dealing, right? Because the jewelry department is usually kind of abandoned in Hermes, sorry Hermes, but it's kind of abandoned. You don't see a lot of people hanging out there oftentimes. Sure. It's usually like quieter and sort of darker at times. Not this one specifically, but like a lot of them. So you see like people there like talking their essays very closely, like, you know, like, these kinds of things going on. So you know, we're like, okay, well, I don't know, right? We're just happy to see it. Where are we going next? What's up to eat next? You know, what do we need to do to finalize all this stuff? And then our essay came back, and he said, take a deep breath. It's just weird, like the whole thing was just weird. Not like oddly weird, but it's just surprisingly out of the norm. Is it weird? Yeah.
Does it make sense? Though?
Yeah. And then because we thought we have a pretty good
like
idea of how these things go. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, and I have my gloves on. You guys probably know like what's going on. So yes, he would say, take a deep breath. And I was like, I think I didn't say anything back. And he said like, I might have another one for you. And then he just smiled and he just left.
Yeah.
I was looking at you and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? What's going on?
Well, so there's two things that are happening at this moment, right? Because it's an A or B situation.
Yeah.
The A is something's gonna offer us. Maybe it's this or not. I don't want to say anything because we don't know at the moment.
I'm kind of know that we're gonna get offered something, but I don't know what.
Yes. But B is, if it is exactly what this bag is, which it ended up being, like what are the down order effects of this, right?
Sure.
Like, you know, what needs to happen to make sure we go home with this bag?
Sure.
And if we do get this bag,
because the time is ticking, like we basically have less than 24 hours before we fly back home.
And if we do get the bag, we didn't plan for a bag we didn't plan for a bag this size. We didn't plan for a bag this
caliber.
This caliber, this potentially fragile, right? Yes. We didn't plan for any of that. So it means that if we do get this, there's the finance side, like how do you figure out where everything goes that way?
Sure.
But also like the physical, logistical side of it. And then also, you know, what do you do with a bag like this for the rest of the trip, right? Which is not long,
which is
day,
good, which is like
it worked out very well. So, you know, and I think there's.
But this is just we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. He say, like, be right back. Let me go check. Right? He would say, I might have a new one for you. That's what he said. He didn't say anything. And then. And then he came back wearing the SA gloves.
Yes.
The gray, the nice shiny, silky one. Yeah. And then, you know, because he said, please follow me.
Sweetest words you could ever say to us.
Please
it's
follow
like music
me.
in my ears, right?
Please follow me, then you know.
So we go down the stairs, we walk. Everyone's like, where are they going, right? Like you get those looks. And again, the thing is, we've been on both sides of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're the people in the randoms inside the store who are like, oh, where's that people going, right? Like,
where's the room?
Yeah, when we're
we always want to see where's the room, right?
Yeah, like weird doors or like walls to slide open.
Sometimes normal, it looks like a normal
or you wouldn't,
wall.
Yeah. So you know the doors open literally and figuratively, and
the bag was there waiting.
It was.
It
just sitting there.
It's the same exact bag that was in the
case.
In the case, yeah.
So let's take it out here. Let's see what it looks like. So first of all, it is a bag.
It's a bag. It's a quota bag.
It comes in a box. It looks like this. I'm almost nervous to touch it. Oh, you got the gloves.
Yes,
so
I got my gloves.
Okay.
I don't know how. Should we move?
Yeah, let's move that.
Sorry, Lindy.
Sorry, Lindy. I mean, you're important too, but
where should I put this?
You know, just put it over here. Oh. So, again, this is a beautiful bag.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Pretty good. So, I'll kind of get it prepped here for you. And I'm just gonna.
How are we doing this? And my flowers, like it's.
They want to see too. They're like, what's that?
Running wild over there.
Oh, all right.
So
here we go. Take a deep breath. I'm gonna untie it and then I'll let you unbox it here. Since first of all, it's your bag, and second of all, I don't want to be responsible for it.
They can see it.
They can see it. Yeah. Let me get them.
Wait, do I take it out?
Yeah, if you want me to take it out, you want to take it out of the box?
Let's take this out first.
All right.
All right, remove the box. I put on top of this so it's get a nice contrast.
We don't move it. Yeah, there we go. All right, here we go.
Can we guess the size? We are big bag people.
Big bag for life.
It's 35. It's 35. What else?
Gold hardware.
Gold hardware.
And
it's
unveil it. Let's just see it. Let's see it here. Da 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 da! That is
so pretty.
Beautiful.
Let's just take it out.
Beautiful. Absolutely spectacular. So it is a Kelly 35. in Perosis with gold hardware, and it's the shiny Perosis. So Cellier. Look at that.
My baby.
Allow you to just admire it for a little while. So yeah, I mean, so as she's kind of opening it up and showing it through here, let's talk about one thing that I think is important. And it comes to, I don't know, there's moments in your life where there's decisions that have to be made.
Yes.
And I think, honestly, this is one of the benefits of having a couple,
husband.
right?
Yeah,
a handbag husband, but also us together. And also a husband who understands what the value of something like this is, emotionally and personally and whatever. And there's moments in your lives where you're up to bat and the pitch comes and you have to make that decision. You know, is it going to be worth what the cost is? And should you
It's not worth the cost. Like, I mean, for sure, like it's period, but this is just...
In my head, it comes down to the question of, is the hole in your heart going to be bigger than the hole in your budget? And if the answer to that is yes, then you got to buy it.
Because, I mean, I guess the reason why we decided this one, I think we both agree that it's very me.
Super you.
It's very me. And in my head, I was like, oh, it's the sister to my another bag.
Yes.
This is the big sister.
Yes.
And now it's
the back side of it.
the back side.
The bag side. So yeah, I mean, I guess, okay, why did you say yes? So it's just because you felt...
It's no-brainer.
It just felt you.
It's me. Yeah. It's me.
Yeah.
It's scream me.
How did you feel when they made the offer?
Confused.
What do you mean confused? You want this bag and you're like, what?
Yes.
How? Like, why?
Well,
I guess the question is why. Right? Why?
In my head, it's like, why is okay. I mean, I understand that this is happening.
Yeah. And the thing is, we have no spend.
No spend.
This is the first time we've ever been to the store.
Yes.
Ever.
Ever, yeah.
We have no spend in Asia, right? It's not like they're pulling our spend from somewhere else. We
maybe not even 1,000 in Bangkok.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Like, not
so,
even.
you know, and it's not like we spent huge amounts of dollars, and they had already offered us, the Lindy, and we had accepted.
It's funny. I was so out of it. I don't know what out of it was the right word, but I was like, I say, hey, like, I'm very grateful for this offer, but like, can I ask you why you offered me this bag?
Why me? Yeah.
I was so confused, I guess, and then he was like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're like,
what do you mean? Don't worry about it.
So I don't know. I mean, do you have speculation as to why?
I told you before that I think he get like the one, like out of jail card. Like once a month or once every quarter, he gets like, oh, I can give the bag to whomever I want, and this couple is goofy enough. I like them, and then you know what? I'm gonna give my.
Or they're not gonna leave until I give them something like this.
So.
I think there's a couple of reasons. One is that the number of people who are after this specific type of bag is probably relatively small.
But my price is Hong Kong.
It is Hong Kong, but remember the preferences for most of the people that we had seen, they were looking for small. So if this one was 21 or whatever,
20,
then 20 would be
like mini
gone.
Kelly.
It wouldn't even hit the shelf.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think because the fact that it's 35, and again, 35 is not nearly as big as I thought it would be.
No, it's not.
Right? It really is not.
No.
So I think one issue obviously is the size is maybe not ideal for Hong Kong. I think two is that the cost on it also narrows down who has the budget for it, who's willing to put that much money into and see the value of a bag like this.
Yeah.
Three is that, that part of the world is experiencing a pretty substantial slowdown economically. I don't know if that has an impact or not, but my suspicion is that it plays a part.
Yeah.
And four, it's a shiny one. I know a lot of people like the flat one. We prefer the shiny ones just because that's how we roll. But so I think all those things mixed together, and maybe it's the right time of the day, and maybe he just felt lucky, or maybe he felt generous, or maybe Our Lady of Perpetual Handbags had shined her grace down upon us.
Yes.
Right? But whatever it was, we got the pitch and we took the swing. right?
Yeah.
And we said, you know what? Consequences be damned. But we decided to say yes, you know? And I think that it was the right decision. And just the look on your face, the smile is worth it to me. And so you got to put a couple more hours in the in the old office. That's okay. But I think a bigger problem really is that this was supposed to be a long-term goal, right? This is a bag that we're supposed to get after we go through all the cursus honorum of Hermes. And we kind of got it a lot faster than we thought it was going to show up. So now we're like, okay, what's next, right? And there are other things that are next, but is there anything more? I think for me, only Desiree, perhaps. But I know you don't really care for it as much as I do.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not something that I would like.
Or Desiree caliber, right?
Yeah.
Right. So there's those things, but those things are not really required for us to be happy with the level of the collection that we have. And we'll get to the full collection here at some point here in the not so distant future. But this edition definitely fills in kind of some of the portions that we thought were going to take much, much, much longer to get on that bingo card. No?
I think so. Even though I said last year, it's like, hey, like Kelly exotic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, you can say whatever you want to hope for, but you know the likelihood of it doing it. But I think the other side of it is you have to realize, for all you folks out there, our hit to miss ratio is massive.
Oh yeah.
We've asked for bags like this many times, and this is the one time in the last however many years where they're like, oh yeah, I got you. Right? So maybe we just turned over enough rocks. We went to enough places and we talked enough to enough people that sooner or later someone's going to offer you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the odds are with us to, you know, because we've gone through Europe, we've gone through some places in Asia, we've gone through some places in the US. The odds are with us. It just, and the thing is, it happens when you don't. So I guess the lessons learned here is one, always ask. Always ask.
Always.
Two, always be ready. Just for a yes. They're probably not going to say yes, but you got to be ready for it. Because if this came to us and we weren't ready and we couldn't figure out how to make it work, that would be pretty rough.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd be in the old people's home, being like, man, remember that time we got off of that bag and it just didn't work out?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I was like, this is an insta yes, right? I know we will regret this if we don't get it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, I guess it's go either way, because there'll always be more bags, you know? There'll always be more bags. Yeah. And this is not like a limited edition.
No.
Like, they still producing this exact the same spec, right? So yeah. So in the defense of like, if we have said no
we could have waited for it.
Yeah.
We could have waited for it. And I don't know, I mean, it would have eventually happened either way.
Yes, yeah.
That's the other reason why I was like, oh, let's just get it now, because it's going to happen now, it's going to happen later. It'll probably be more expensive later.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Let's just do it now. So,
yeah.
I don't know, any other thoughts on it?
Thoughts of Hong Kong is...
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. So,
and now you can see why I was not that excited about Lindy.
I mean, we were excited about it, but it pales in comparison to the exuberance of
my baby.
Yeah, so beautiful. So yeah, I mean,
like when you get it side by side.
Yeah. Oh, it's not fair to Lindy.
No, it's not. But like these will be more useful.
Yes.
But I can't. You know what? Like the 35 is actually pretty spacious, and you can open it wider than a normal, you know, Cellier. Yeah, which is good. Which is 35. It's good. Good. Sorry. Thoughts on Hong Kong is WTF.
yeah. I think that's a fair.
Non-local, being tourist, no pre-spend, no wish list. 2 bags, and I guess that the one thing that I like about this time shopping, quote unquote shopping experience, is He didn't say, "Oh, let me go talk to my manager." My manager said, "This is not gonna work."
There's
no keywords that we normally hear.
Yeah.
Oh, but like you need to get like a go from manager. I got something special for you. None. There's no word special. There's no word.
And it wasn't because he spoke English perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. He understands the nuance and idioms and all that stuff. It wasn't like it was utilitarian English.
Yeah.
He was very well versed.
No wish list. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We don't have that system. It's just very oddly good.
Yeah.
I didn't feel I was pressure. I think it's because maybe I came in with this whole trip without any expectation. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I got 2 bags out of it. So it felt pretty, almost like successful trip.
Yeah.
Like this trip is a success.
It was. It feels like a life goal achieved in some ways.
No.
For me, it does.
Sure.
Because we went into this, and you see these on Instagram, you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
So now we went all at home.
Sure.
All right. So, I mean, that is the big finale, right? The big conclusion to an Asia trip that was uneventful until the last moments, literally.
You will see, I think you have some videos of us running, trying to get a luggage.
Yeah.
Went to the mall.
Yeah.
Trying to get a luggage,
Yeah, but it was cool. I mean, Asia was cool. The Hermes there experience is interesting and unique, but I mean, just blown out of the water by Hong Kong. Yeah, so there's just no way around it. So I'd love to see what you all think about it.
Go try. If you're to Hong Kong, go try.
Yes.
Try.
Yeah, I would recommend Hong Kong for sure if you happen to be in the neighborhood. And a lot of times people pass through it anyways. So, if you let us know what you think about the bags, right? Obviously, the Lindy is a great bag, but Kelly's Kelly. What we can say about it. So, what do you all think? Is it something you would do? Have you gotten these bags? Also, just kind of for us, as far as people who actually have the bag and use it, I'm curious what your experience with it is. Like, where do you take it? What do you do with it? Because we're kind of running around. Now what? What do we do with it, right? Yeah. Because do you need to go to a black tie affair for it, or how do you? I don't know. We don't know. We'll have to work through that here. But yeah, so that was Hong Kong. And I mean, it's amazing. And also, if you haven't checked out all the other videos from Asia, check them out. They're still pretty cool. And the background.
And our next trip is our next trip is very soon. So stay tuned on that.
Stay tuned for that. We've got more Europe. So, all right. So if you like these videos, if you like the Hermes conversation, if you like the bag candy,
this is a real bag candy.
This is bag candy. Right? But if you like the Hermes conversation and the milieu and the Hermes escapades, whether it's foreign or domestic, because we got both. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because it does really help the channel grow. And of course, we are so thankful for that.
Thank you.
But also because it means you get notified when our long videos come out, like this one, our short videos, and really everything else we got going on the socials at the Handbag Husband on Instagram and on YouTube. We have new Hermes content coming out every single week. And I think you're gonna like it. So with that, we are super grateful, super excited, super fortunate to be able to kind of do this with you all. And
hopefully you guys like this bag.
And hopefully you like the bag. But until next time, thank you and goodbye.
Life-changing.
It was life-changing. Sure. You don't think you remember this for the rest of your life?
You want to say, like, when I say I have no expectation, meaning I have no expectation of getting a quota bag. I feel like Hong Kong might be good. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Singapore or maybe even Japan. Yeah. Like the center of the MS in Asia.
Yes, I think so too. So I think it's gonna be a knife fight in the closet for sure. It's
I'm not fighting. I'm not trying to fight. Yeah. I just want to go see the bag candy. Yeah, I want to go. Yeah.
I think that in this trip, I think that
I have no expectation. My expectation is at 0.
They might have way better bags, right? True. They might have some like legit, on display, Kelly Voyages, Birkin 40s, 28s, minis, tinies. Yeah. Just exotic stuff, all the exotic stuff. Yeah. And overall expectations are low, but that also means that a little victory. Yeah, more fun to eat. But a little victory would also be good too. So if we do get offered something, like my mind will be blown, and I'll be like, see, I told you. Yeah.